and welcome to my latest video. Does exercise really help mental health? The answer to that question is yes and no. So the answer is yes, because obviously, as we all know, it's been proven that yes, doing exercise releases things, and I'm not going to even attempt to go into the science, something to do with dolphins, releases the... The answer is yes, because it has been scientifically proven that we release certain chemicals and hormones when we exercise, which make us feel good. The reason that it's no, in a way, is because one of the hardest things to do when you're not feeling your best, or you're feeling down or sad or anxious or whatever it might be, one of the hardest things to do is to have the enthusiasm, because you're lacking it, to do the things that make you feel better. So it's like a never-ending negative circle. There are many side effects from feeling a particular way in the umbrella of mental health, and I'm going to tell you about a couple of the ones that I tend to find. One of them is, and I can go either way, I don't know why I go one way or the other, but I can either tend to overeat, which then results in me not wanting to exercise even more because I feel bloated, or my all or nothing mindset tells me, well, you've ruined today, so there's absolutely no point doing anything else. Or I don't eat, which then obviously results in having a lack of energy, enthusiasm, and desire to do anything other than sitting with the TV remote and watching Netflix. And as I've already mentioned, I've kind of got this all or nothing attitude to a lot of things. So if I decide that fitness is going to be something that's going to benefit me in terms of mental health, I go gung-ho and I'll choose a fitness challenge or a particular goal. So it might be preparing for a boxing match, it might be preparing for a long distance run, or it might be a particular weight goal or another aesthetic goal, building muscle, whatever that might be. But the problem with those kind of goals is you tend to go from nothing to a goal which requires consistency. The consistency is the difficult one, because I don't know about you, but if I've not been to the gym for weeks or done any form of exercise, I then go gung-ho and then find that my body aches and I don't do anything for another couple of days. And when that's the case, it's very easy to let yourself off and not do it, and then you don't have the consistency, you're not building a habit, and actually all you feel about what you've done is demoralized about the fact that you started and then you gave up. So I think doing something like a challenge or having a set goal, which can also include like a nutrition plan as well as a physical fitness exercise or challenge, is more for when you're in a good place. So I think the most important thing to do when you're not in a good place and you're trying to do something, even though it's really difficult to get that initial motivation to start, is just pick anything that you want to do. Not something that's necessarily going to have an incredible fitness result, or something that's going to burn lots of calories, or something that's going to make you feel like you've really worked out, but just something that you feel like doing, whether it's going for a walk or going to the gym. And I've found one of the really important things when it comes to not just going on any fitness journey, but particularly going on a fitness journey in order to improve or aid our mental health, is having some kind of accountability. And the best thing to have for accountability is somebody that you know, particularly somebody that you know that might be aware of you going through struggles, even if you haven't told them what those struggles are. And having somebody else to give you some enthusiasm or some energy on the days where you don't feel like it, somebody who you feel like perhaps in some way you're letting down if you don't do the exercise that you've decided to do alongside with them can give you that extra little push. I've found that doing things like badminton or arranging to go on a walk with somebody, so doing this can get you out of the situation you're in, or even more importantly, out of the surroundings that you're in, because a change is often as good as any. If you don't have somebody that you feel like you could ask to be an accountability partner, there are an incredible amount of groups in places like Facebook, or even if you were to join an app, for example, say like the Courtney Black app, or there's hundreds and thousands of other apps that you can sign up to for minimal amounts of money every month, which tend to have community-based communication with those who are also joined up to that app, which is really, really useful. Because I know for some people, going to the gym is also something that causes anxiety, having to be around other people that you don't know, and also performing reps and sets of exercises in front of other people can be quite daunting. As part of the accountability, I think one of the things that can be really, really helpful when it comes to struggling with mental health or anxiety or any of the issues that are kind of connected to that is that accountability person. It's having somebody that you can do all of that with, that I have talked about, but also having somebody to talk to. Because I've found that 8-9 times out of 10, that just telling somebody why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling can have a massive impact on releasing some of those emotions. Another way of doing this would be to journal. Journal is something that I've done a lot in the past, and something that I haven't done enough of in recent months and years. But I do know, particularly if you struggle to talk to people about your problems, that journaling and just writing it down in whatever format helps you. That can just be traditional journaling. It could be like you're releasing the anger and the emotions that are going on through you towards something or someone, because obviously nobody's ever going to see this. But journaling is definitely something that I found very helpful. It's really difficult because even if you do speak to somebody, or for example, if you watch a YouTube video and do a search on how to deal with anxiety or how to deal with the specific thing that's causing your problems, quite often we'll just say, go for a walk, do some you time, have a bath, do whatever it is that makes you feel good. The problem is that you don't want to do those things. Sometimes you can almost convince yourself that you don't deserve to feel good, or you just don't have the enthusiasm to do any of those things, like I said earlier about the fitness. And it's really easy to just basically sit there while the hour's away watching something, scrolling, and then as each hour racks up, you feel worse about yourself for having done nothing, being unproductive, or just literally sat in front of a screen all that time, which doesn't actually do us any good anyway. I think the answer is that there is no answer, and that there isn't one answer for everybody. I think you have to actively seek solutions, and it might be a combination, and it might be that different things help you at different times. But I think one of the important ways to look into this is that when you're not feeling anxious or upset, or like just any of those mental health issues are causing you problems, that is the best time to experiment with the things that give you pleasure or make you feel good after you've done them. Because then you know, for when you do go through those difficult times, which things are the best things to go to. And like I've said already a couple of times, everybody has different approaches to things. Mine is very much all or nothing. So it's very difficult for me to let go of saying, right, if I'm going to do something, it has to be a plan. It has to be a routine. not a ballet routine or dance routine, but just a program of some sort. And if I don't do that program, then I find it very difficult to get remotivated. So I think what I've done is I've made a list of all the things that make me feel better or make me feel good, especially having completed that, because sometimes just the feeling of completing a workout, or just the fact that you've walked out the door and gone for a walk, or you've gone to see somebody, or you've organised to go for a coffee, or you've just gone and found a random field somewhere and screamed at the top of your voice like Rocky when he gets to the top of the icy mountain and screams, "Drago!" like that. Because even just releasing emotions like that can be incredible. Listening to music. Another thing for me is, it's obviously more than a hobby because I'm a musician, but whether music is a hobby or you've got other hobbies that might help you release emotions, I find that playing the piano in particular and singing is an incredible way to release emotions. I really enjoy being able to sit at the piano and just play anything that comes to mind based on what my emotion is, and that can come out through playing loud or playing soft or just singing a song that makes me feel even more emotional, that pushes me over the edge to be able to cry, because crying can often help release the emotions as well and make a huge difference. Even if you're not a musician, anybody can just put headphones in, play some music really loud and sing at the top of your voice. Another thing that I absolutely love doing is just blasting music in the car as loud as is humanly possible. So it could be just finding any other hobby that you've got that helps you channel your kind of focus into something else other than what you're completely focusing on that's causing the problems. Another thing that I found really useful is just putting on some kind of film or video in the background, or just some easy listening music, and just doing some of that mindfulness colouring. So to conclude, does exercise really help mental health? Yes. Is it easy to do exercise or anything when you're feeling in that headspace? No. So the answer is, it's not black or white. It's finding the things that you know can make you feel a little bit better, the people that you know can help you feel a little bit better, or it might just be a particular song, particular style of music, or a particular band, Queen, that whatever you listen to of theirs will make you feel better. And it's finding a culmination of things, or it might even be just one. I hope this has helped in some way, because sometimes even just knowing that somebody else finds things difficult, even when you might not be aware that they do, because 9 times out of 10 people that are going through things or struggling or have anxiety about things don't want other people to know. So that just leaves me to say a huge thank you for watching this video, and if you can, I'd really appreciate it if you just give me a like and a subscribe and comment on anything else you'd like to see, or anything that you took from the video or would like to ask questions about. Thank you.